Well, hello folks, welcome to a channel update. I'm the Custard Prophet, and welcome along if you are new here. Make sure you hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Football Manager and Tennis Manager content, because that's what we do here, as well as a few other things. So the point of these updates, I do them every couple of months, is to really go through how the channel's been getting on over the past 2 months, so June, July. Looking at some of the numbers within the channel, see if we're growing or shrinking or just staying the same, but also to kind of highlight anything that's coming to the channel or will be leaving the channel, or ideas that are, I've been thinking about that I want your opinion on. So all that sort of stuff is what we do in these updates. So welcome if this is your first update, and please drop down in the comments and say hello. Right, first order of business before we have a little look at the analytics. Those eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that actually I've not been as good in terms of uploading constant content over the past couple of months. Typically, I have been someone who's uploaded 7 days a week. Every day we would have an upload, and I've managed to stay on top of that for quite some time, but for a number of reasons around work and home life and other things that have become more complicated, it has meant that I'm having less time to put into YouTube. I'm also trying to put a little bit more effort into some of the series that are going up, so that's actually taking up more time, so it's harder to get content out every day without having lower quality content. So that does impact the schedule a little bit, because in the past I had a very regimented schedule. We'd have Football Manager series Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tennis Manager weekends, and a couple of other things around that. It's got a lot looser. So I'm trying to get a number in my head of episodes for each of the series out per week, but it's not always happening. So apologies if it's been harder for you to keep up with that, but there is very little I can do with it at the minute until things calm down, or I kind of find a way to streamline things a little bit more. But that's kind of where we are in the channel. It's not that I'm kind of losing interest, it's just a lack of time. So that's what that has been. Right, let's dive into the analytics, because this is fun. This is where we left last time, which was May's analytics, which was the best views and watch time that we had ever had on the channel. It was absolutely fantastic. Couldn't quite believe how well we'd done. It did coincide with the release of Tennis Manager 2022, which had a big role in getting these numbers where they were. So I was kind of saying, well, we're on a kind of upward trend, but wasn't really expecting that to continue. So let's have a look how things have gone in June and then in July. So May, 6,200 views, watch time is 462.5 hours and 25 subs. June was slightly down on those, but it was still way above anything else. This was, at this time, the second best month I'd had on the channel. So May was the best and June was the second best, which is crazy. Just under 6,000 views, over 400 hours of watch time, and another 20 subs. Well, we've just had July, and I can say that July was the best month ever on the channel by a flipping mile. So look at the numbers here. So almost 8,000 views. So that's almost double what we had in the last month. 642 watch time hours, which is just bonkers. Best prior to that was in the 400s, so that's huge, and almost 50 subs added on, which gives us now, unbelievably at this stage, 788 subscribers to date. Obviously the goal is to get to that 1,000 mark, but what that has done now, this really good spell of channel growth, has meant now that the watch time hours per year is higher than I need for monetization, if I can say it. So the only thing that's stopping me monetizing the channel is the number of subs. Everything else is there. So that is a massive milestone, and I always thought it'd be the other way around. I thought it would be easier to get that 1,000 subs and harder to get the watch time hours, but I'm really pleased to see how well the channel has been growing over the past few months, and it's been steadily progressing, and that's been fantastic. I've actually been keeping quite a close eye on it, not to try and cause myself any anxiety, but I do kind of like I like numbers and looking at stuff like that. So looking at progress, so I've got a spreadsheet which I sort of update regularly just to kind of compare with myself, really, rather than just see how we're doing, whether we're going up, down, or whatever, and that satisfies my curiosity with this. But I mean, one of the big reasons for this, and you kind of, if I drop down here, is the Tennis Manager content. As I was talking about previously, it seems like the Tennis Manager content is where all the views are at the minute on the channel. That has slightly changed a little bit, and you can see we've got a couple of series here, a couple of videos, Football Manager videos that have popped up. We're getting really good views. I did a save idea video that came out a little while ago, over 650 views on that one, and climbing. And then we've got the Latvian Job episode 1, which has had a real big boost in views as well. So that's fun. And another video that's gone up fairly recently, looking at 5 things that I would like to see in the new Football Manager game. So all of that means that we are, all of those sort of standalone evergreen videos, well, sort of semi-evergreen videos, I suppose, are really good at getting the views in. So really pleased with that. The Tennis Manager Let's Play content, we're on episode 17. We have, I mean, this series has been utterly bonkers. This one's just come out, for example. We've got 32 views, and it is starting to tail off now. The first sort of 12, 13 were over 100 quite quickly, and now you can see the kind of tailing off as each episode comes out. So it doesn't quite make the level as what the last episode was each time. So it will go back to I guess a baseline. I don't know what that baseline will look like with this particular series, but people are still enjoying it, getting lots of likes on the videos, and lots of people interacting with them as well, which is really, really cool. It's been awesome to see a lot of new people, not new faces, not new names, commenting below. So if you are new, love to drop down in the comments, say hi, join in with what's going on the channel. So really happy with the way things are going, and hopefully we can keep this going. There's no way we're going to beat July's numbers in August or September. That is not going to happen. But to have these sort of numbers at this time of the year, when it's primarily been Football Manager which driven the content on this channel, is pretty cool, because I know not too far away is the Football Manager kind of peak as well. So exciting times anyway. So let's move on to the series on the channel. So I've already mentioned that there is a kind of a lack of a fixed schedule, but we do have a few series that have ended in the last couple of months. One which you were aware was going to end, and one which you weren't aware was going to end. So those are my Tennis Manager 21 save, which got to episode 49, and we finished it there at the end of season 4, because why would I continue that when I've got this Tennis Manager 2022 series going on? So that ended at some point last month. And thank you for everyone who watched those. It was fun to do. Really enjoyed the series. And the other series that has ended, or hasn't quite ended yet, the last I've announced that it was ending in the last video, and there is another potentially couple of videos that will finish it off after this one comes out, and that's the Football Manager 2021 series above standard with the RFC Liège. So we have finally reached our goal with that one, which was to finally get above standard Liège. We managed to do that in the last season 22, unbelievably. So we've got a European final coming up some point, maybe a couple of videos after this one comes out, and potentially a kind of recap video of over everything, but that's only if people are interested. And yeah, that one will be done. And one of my favourite saves, that is. I absolutely love that save. It's been so hard, so hard, but been such an enormous achievement to actually get there 22 seasons after starting off. Wow. So that's the things that are leaving. What's around at the minute? Well, we've got a Tennis Manager 2022 save, which is ongoing, and we will keep that going for a good while. I think I'm really enjoying making it. Doing something a little bit different with this one. Basically doing a little skit at the start of every single episode. Be interested to see whether people actually enjoy those or whether it just takes away from the episodes themselves. I've had some nice comments. I've not had any negative comments about it, but again, if you look at the analytics on it, you can always see there is a little bit of a drop until the actual gameplay starts. So it may be not everyone enjoys it, but they just kind of skip it, and so it doesn't really affect anyone. But if there are people enjoying it, then you absolutely want that to continue. So really excited about taking Shaunetta Death to somewhere in tennis. God knows how we'll progress that, but it's been fun, and it's kind of starting from scratch series as much as you can do in that. So with the lowest possible academy and trying to then build that up, only using youth tennis players or only signing youth tennis players. So I've made it challenging, and we are getting somewhere now. So after 1 year of kind of massive austerity, we've got some money and we've been spending it on all sorts of crazy stuff. Okay, so that's the Tennis Manager 2022 stuff. The Latvian Job continues. That is our save in Latvia, Football Manager 22, and that will continue basically up until we win a European trophy. That's the goal. Not necessarily the Champions League. I suspect it will be the Europa League if we do anything, because we don't seem to be able to get further down because we're too good, but we do find ourselves in the Europa League a few times. So if we manage to do that, then I'll stop there, and we'll think about something else. The other series that are ongoing at the minute are the Geoguessr series, which I'm doing. There's a few bits and pieces with Geoguessr. I enjoy that. The numbers aren't great with those, but they're not bad, so they do tend to pick up views over time. So the Geoguessr stuff will continue as well. Pretty much those are the only things in recent times that have been on the channel. A lot of the other series have kind of been put on hiatus a little bit. So and we've had a few sort of one-off videos that have come up. I've got a couple more of those one-off videos. I've got a Tennis Elbow Manager 2 one-off video that I haven't recorded yet that I've got in mind, and I will do that. So look out for that in the next few weeks. Also wanted to do kind of a youth thing with Tennis Elbow Manager 2. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet, but that will be happening at some point in the future as well. We will be bringing in a new Football Manager series as well. I want to do some short series up until the FM23 comes out. And I think we're going to be starting with an international save, and I'm probably going to be using Dodgy Gamer's real database, where he's got everything sorted for the World Cup. So we'll go and go to Qatar and do that. I'm not quite sure who will manage. Maybe England, maybe not. If you've got ideas, drop them in the comments. But do a short series of that, and maybe a couple of other short series in the lead up to the new game, whilst the Latvian save continues. So that's the plan for Football Manager wise. The other thing that I'm hoping to do, which is on the horizon, is bringing back the FM showcase. And if those of you who weren't sure what the showcase was, that was a series where I basically showcased other Football Manager creators. on the channel. There was over 50 episodes of that. We showcased a whole bunch of different creators, big and small. But I'm wanting to bring that back. I put a tweet out a little while ago, and there was a real positive reaction to that. The plan with that is not going to be the same as what it was. It's going to be more of a conversation with them rather than the pre-recorded stuff that I did. And it's not necessarily going to be restricted to Football Manager creators. We're going to be talking to a whole bunch of different people. With kind of idea is to kind of learn about content creation through talking to all these people, learn about things within Football Manager, but also the basis of the original series needs to stay there, that we do need to have some smaller creators on who do need to get that exposure. So it's going to be a mixture of all of those things. Exactly the format and how it works, I'm still working out, but watch this space. Not sure when it will come back, but hopefully it will be soon. I'm excited to get that back on the channel, because that's kind of what this channel was known for a long period of time. Yeah, so one other thing, and two other things before we leave off. I did mention that I'd been contacted by developers from another tennis game which was supposed to be released when Wimbledon came out. Not sure what's happened with that. They've not got back to me about that, and I think the game has been released, so not sure why I haven't got a Steam key, but maybe I insulted them or something. God knows, but it doesn't look like that's going forward. But if it does, I will put a review up of that game on the channel. I just haven't seen anything as yet, and I will also be away for 2 weeks at the end of August, so there will be a very light schedule during that 2 weeks, and then my day job really kicks in as the new academic term starts in September. So yeah, again, there's going to be some impact there as well. So yes, lots of stuff, as I said, to get through. Hopefully this is not too dull. There are some other things that I haven't talked about, videos that I have got planned in my head that I'm not talked about, games as well that we used to play on the channel that I might be going back to. We will have to see, so there might be some surprises yet. If there are particular things that you want to see, particular types of video, Football Manager or Tennis Manager videos, if they're instructional videos, let's plays, whatever else, let me know down in the comments. I want your ideas as well, so we can kind of develop this channel together. But we are currently, as I said, on 788 subs. Would really be good to be over 800 subs the next video I do of these. The rate we're going, we should be, but you never know. This YouTube malarkey, you just never quite know what is going on with the algorithm. Sometimes you get loads of views for no reason. Sometimes all of a sudden all the views dry up, and you've got no idea why it's happened. It's absolutely crazy, and most of the time it's really hard to understand and predict. Anyway, folks, I will leave you now. I hope you enjoyed this little update. If you did, hit a like on the video if you would. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and go and check out some of the stuff. It's in all the various playlists. Go and root through it and see if you like something. And I'll see you on another video very soon. Goodbye.